today's session, we will discuss assignment number 2, use case modeling for our computer lab 8. Basically, use case modeling we do for the requirement specification of any project. So first we will discuss what is the experimental level outcome for this particular assignment. You can say ELO2 to identify use cases, actors, and design use case model for a system using UML tool. So for this particular assignment, we can say that we focus on our PS2 analysis, POC design, POC project management, ethics, and lifelong learning because project implementation is a lifelong activity for all of us. Moving towards the assignment number 2, we can see that already we have discussed in the previous session how to write SRS for the project. So for this particular session, we will focus on assignment number 2, design use case model for the system. Analysis of the system. What the basic aim of this is to analyze the system, analyze the requirements of your project, identify use cases. Use cases are the functionalities of your project. Identify the actors, write use case specification for all the major use cases, draw the detailed use case diagram by using UML 2.0 notations. We are using UML 2 for drawing the different diagrams of use cases. So basically use case comes under interaction model where you can see that it is the behavior across the many objects. Whereas interaction model to describe the behavioral and the state model is a different perspective. So interaction is at a different level of abstraction. At higher level, we can say it is a use case. We are taking only the higher functionalities. We are not getting into the depth. We are using only black box model when we design use case. While sequence diagram provide more details to show how objects are interacting with each other, while activity diagrams give the finest detail and show the flow of control among the processing step of computation. So moving towards the interaction model, what are the steps? How we can mention the interaction model? Determine the system model. We need to check what is the scope of your project. Then find actors who are involved in your project. Who are the users, primary and secondary? What are the different use cases of your project? Then find the initial and final events. What are the scenarios for the use cases? What are the preconditions, post conditions? Then we need to focus on the exceptional handling conditions. If user presses the cancel button, how the system should react? We need to think on that cancel button also. That is some exceptional handling conditions. Then external events. Then if we are using for the complex use cases, we need to prepare the activity diagram for it. Then how to organize the actors and use cases. Check against the class model, whether our use cases are fitting into the class model or not. So first part is determining the system model. So here we are defining the scope of the application. Suppose the scope means what? It includes the what parts to take inside your project, what parts to go omitting. Means what? If you are using the railway reservation system and you are focusing only for a particular region, like from Pune to Mumbai. So this is the scope of your system. You are only concentrating on the train schedule between Mumbai and Pune. You are not considering for a whole state. You are not considering for the whole country. So these are the boundaries you need to specify when you design use cases. Also, you can specify the functionalities and the fixed value, which fixed number of actions performed by the user. The next part is finding actors. Finding actors is really very important because we must identify who are the external objects and how they are interacting directly or indirectly with our system. So actors may include humans, external devices like sensors if you are using our system is connected to some of the hardware like barcode reader. That part we can consider as a actor or other software system. If you are taking the value from the other softwares, we can take as a actor. Here, important thing about actors are they are not under control of the applications, but you must consider them to be somewhat unpredictable. So, there may be expected sequence of behavior by the actors. An application design should be robust so that it does not crash if an actor fails to behave as expected. Finding the use cases. How to find the use cases? These are the specifically considering as the discrete unit of functionality. A system is divided into number of pieces of the functionalities, and those pieces are known as a use case, which mostly performed by objects in that system. So you can consider many deciding factors like behavior of that particular object at a specific part. So it is known as the borderline of the cases. So each use case should represent kind of a service that system provides. That is somewhat it provides value to the actor. And what basically the use case diagram? Use case diagram is nothing but four diagrams are there: activity, sequence, collaboration, and a state chart. It is having the purpose of the interaction modeling, but use case diagram specifically gathers the requirement, including systems, internal and external influences. These requirements are mostly the design requirements. So when a system is analyzed together its functionalities, it is known as the preparation of use cases and the actors identification. So what is the purpose of use case diagram? Gather requirements of a system, used to get an outside view of a system, identify external and internal factors which influence your system interacting with the requirements for the actors. So elements of the use case diagram: actors is the first entity. So it portrays the certain roles in a given system. Actor represents as actual business role of the users in a system. So we can represent the actor here in our hospital systems. Doctor and the patients are the key actors. These are the important business role. So we can depict the use case diagram outside of the system boundary, that is doctor and a patient. Then what is the representation? To identify an actor, it requires documents for business terms. So patient visits doctors in the clinic for medical tests. So it is one of the statements where you can identify doctor and patients are the business role which we are identified in our system. Use case diagram, you visualize the representation of a distinct business, which is the candidate for modeling the use case, which ensures that business process is a discrete in nature, and you can say that it is the potential use case. Here, make appointment and perform medical tests. These are the two use cases, which is related to the actor doctor. So, this is the process of considering in medical clinic system, manage patient personal record and manage patient medical information is one of the requirement documents we need to prepare. System boundary defines that the use case diagram defines the limits of the system. So system boundary is just represented by a rectangle spanning all use cases in the system. So here we can take patient, make appointment, perform medical test, doctor, and a rectangle indicates the system boundary. So it is the entire system as defined in the requirement document for large and complex systems. Each module may be the system boundary or the ERP system. The entire system can span all these modules depicting overall system boundary. You can select the system boundary as per the modules available in your project. So some association, normal connections you need to connect actor with the use cases. So it is the association connection. Relationship between the use cases, very important. There are two type of relationship you which want to show for the use cases. First is the include type of relationship and second is the extend relationship. Basically what this include type of a relationship, you can see here, make appointment, include validate patient record. So use case depicted that the functionality of another use case in a diagram. This relationship between the use cases is known as a include relationship. A use case includes the functionality described in another use cases as a part of the business flow. So make appointment includes the functionality of validate patient record. So for validating patient's record before making appointment is important. So it is the dependent activity before making an appointment that doctor should validate patient records. So it includes the stereotype include identifies the relationship as an include relationship. Next is the type known as extend. Extend relationship between the two use cases is something the child use case add to the existing functionality and characteristics of a parent use case. So here some child and parent relationship is there with the extend because it extends the functionality of the parent use case. It depicts that perform medical test extends with the perform pathological test. So perform medical test is the parent use case and which extends the relationship that it must perform the pathological test. So we can say here the perform medical test parent and perform pathological test child use case. The perform pathological use case enhances the functionality of the perform medical test use case. So perform pathological test use case is specialized version of generic perform medical test use case. So here generalization and specialization relationship. So these are the types of relationship which we can show in the use cases. While we can further show in our diagram the generalization of actors also. So generalization of actors also can have the parent and child relationship like descendant inherits all the use cases of ancestors. So descendant has one or more use cases that are specific to that role. So we expand the previous use case to show the generalization of an actor. So here we are used the customer can be NRFC customer. It is the more general specific version of the generalized version of a customer. So customer can access open account and deposit use cases with the bank employee, while NRFC customer can directly convert the currency without accessing the bank employee. These are the specialized version of the bank customer itself. You can show it is the generalization symbol here, the blue color arrow and the filled rectangle, filled triangle is the symbol used for NRFC customer, that is the showing generalization. Then generalization of use cases are also possible. So this is the generalization of an actor, but if the ancestor use cases inherited by the descendant, it is known as the generalization of use cases. So common behavioral observed between the two use cases also specialized behavior. Here store patient record paper files and store patient record computerized file. So we can see the store patient record paper file is the generalized one, and store patient record is the specialized version of the in a digital format, that is the specialized version of the paper file use case. So here one example of use case diagram ATM is given for your reference in the manual, and obviously in Star UML we will draw uh, one example how to draw use case diagram. So here ATM we need to write some use case scenario. What is initiation session money? What is query account? What is process transactions? So we need to summarize what are the use cases required. Transmit data means what? Finding initial and final events to draw for the use case diagram. Then initiate session, query account, process transaction, transmit data. All these are the events comes under ATM system. So we need to prepare a normal scenarios like customer, ATM initiate session, query account, process transaction, transmit data with the bank and consortium. Consortium we need to validate. So this scenario we can convert it into simple use case diagram. Then different scenario we check what comes exactly under initiate session. We need to insert card. We need to insert uh, the PIN for the ATM which request for our password. This is the initiate session. So we need to write in detail what are the sequence of use cases or actions. Then for the query account, what are type of a command users need to insert, which contact the consortium of bank, which return your data, account data from the user, accounts and commands, process transactions, actually withdrawal of money takes place. So that what are the sequence of actions we need to write when you are drawing use case. Transmit data is the final data where you actually retrieve desired value from the bank. Then what is the additional of exception conditions? Exception condition you need to handle the special cases like ATM can't read the card. Card has expired. ATM times out waiting for a response. Then amount is invalid. The machine out of cash or a pepper. The communication lines are down. The transaction is rejected because of suspicious pattern of card usage. So these are the exceptional scenarios. While drawing the diagram, you need to remember exceptional conditions and events. Some external events like input decision interruptions, you need to check. Then prepare the detailed use case diagram by showing all types of relations. So here consortium, customer and bank is there. Initiate session includes query account, process transactions, which include transmit data, and you can draw the diagram. And how you need to check against the domain model, cross check your applications. So here sample bank ATM use case diagram is given for a reference. You can design as per your project requirement. Use case diagram. This is a theoretical part. Then we will go towards how to draw use case diagram in a Star UML platform. So basically, Star UML we can use at your end if it is available freely. If not, there will be online UML tools are also available like Smart Draw, Visual Paradigm. You can create your account on that particular website and you can design different UML diagrams online. If you can't install the Star UML software on your laptop, or the another way is to draw the UML diagram online by using Visual Paradigm. I will tell first in the Star UML, and then maybe we'll go for the how to draw diagrams using online tools. That part also I will cover here. So for this, we need to go to the uh, Star UML. So Star UML is already installed here. So basically, this is the workspace you are getting for Star UML. So you can check, basically just check whether you are getting the Star UML. You will get the workspace here. This is your workspace. You can create a new model by creating a new project. You will get the project window here. Like just take here untitled. So if you want, you can add the use case model, analysis model. Just click here. You will get a different models. Add use case model. At right side of this window, you can get a use case model, analysis, design, implementation, deployment, then subsystem and unpacking. So one after another, you can add different models. So to start with, we will click on the use case model. If you say use case model, we need to give the particular name to the use case model. So if I select this particular model, I will get different values like analysis model, design model, implementation, and last is the use case model. So if I want to select the use case model with the main, just double click on it, you will get to the left side all the tools which are available for the use cases like package, use case, actor, association, this directed association, generalization, dependency, include, external relationship, and a system bound. So just you need to drag the details here. So we can save our project first. Save your project. Suppose we want to create a one example, take it as a railway reservation. So railway reservation is one of the model you are creating, which by default locations are in the document. If you want to give a proper document location, you can save it in a somewhere like on your desktop. So railway reservation, save as a type as a Star UML project. And you see. So in a one project, you can add all your models. Remember, when you have decided your project, you need to use the same model for the use case diagram, the same folder for your class diagram, deployment, collaboration, sequence. So ensure that when you create your project, it should comes under a same project. So to start with, for a railway reservation system, what you first need, you need actor. So you can just drag this particular symbol, actor, and name as a maybe a traveler. Okay. If you want to specify the visibility factors, just check here. You are having all the visibility factor by default. It is public. If you want to save It is a private or protected. You can take that visibility here. Then this particular information is the attributes. Same way, if you want to specify the traveler attributes like name, or if it is a register ID, if you want, you can say email or basic information. You can add attributes to the actors and operation. But basically, this part is, as we are seeing, as a black box. We are not specifying the details of the traveler. Just we put it as a traveler who is the actors. Then define the system boundary first. So drag the system boundary here. So while giving the name of the system boundary, just check that this system is the system which is used for the reservation. Then how to add the use case? Just check here. This is one electrical symbol, phase like structure, and you can write the use case. Here you will get the information if you want a specific stereotype, again the accessibility factor, everything you can mention here. So what basically this use case is, you can say inquire, you just type here inquire about tickets or tickets availability, basic use case for the traveler. Inquire about tickets. Okay, this is the main use cases. You can add system boundary as per your requirements like a drawing, and you can connect by using simple association from travelers to the inquire about tickets. Then this is the primary actors. What may be a secondary actors? The secondary actor is your railway website or railway system admin, from which you can make the inquiry. It is connected both the way from traveler to the railway website system. So from railway website to the ticket availability, your use case is connected. Then what is the next task for the traveler? You can say use case, that is booking of ticket. You can say book ticket. Remember one thing, when you draw use cases, it should start with the verb. Like inquire about tickets availability, book ticket. It should start with the verb. Don't put nouns inside. So book ticket is one of the use cases. We can try to recollect the include and extend types of relationship with this use case. Just if book ticket is one of the use case, but for booking tickets, what it's required, another use case is required that you should fill up the form. Fill up the form for showing the details of your journey. So if this use case depends, book tickets depends upon the filling of the form, we use the include relationship. So book ticket and you put the relationship include here. Again for booking tickets, which use case is required? The second use case is, you can say, make payment. So for making payment, you need another use case, which we can again see from book ticket to make payment, which includes it. Again, if we think with the specification, user make some filling a form which includes the journey details, make payment. Make payment option, you try to use the use case generalization for making payment. How we can show the use case generalization? Check for making payments. What is the generalized version? Make payment. But what is the specialized version? You can make payment through net banking, one of the possibilities, and we can make payment through card. any other option as per nowadays many options are available card payment. So we are try to use the generalization relationship. Just click on this generalization and try to connect with the array. Both the use cases are can be generalized. Here we can use the different type of the use cases. Then we can add one more use case in here. Like we can add this system boundary. Like if you want to make the connections of the different use cases, like processing the request of booking ticket, it may cancel the booking. Exceptional handling. We are handling the exception. So connect it with the travel. Cancel booking. Then this cancel booking may include the filling of form and refund of money. You can add more here. Use cases maybe fill form and refund money. So you can use include relationship here. Just draw it. These are the easily you can drag and drop and can move together. There is no problem with the moving. If you want, you can directly relocate or change the location of the actors just to improve the readability of your diagram. So here you have used the generalization of the use cases. Railway website, you can connect to the cancel booking. One more thing, you can connect railway website to the association, from railway website to the book ticket renewal one association, again from railway website to the cancel booking we want one association. So this is your basic diagram for the online railway reservation system. It is the use case diagram, and you need to draw the diagram like primary actor, those who are actually doing the task of booking tickets, filling the forms, but the railway website or the railway admin is the secondary actor who will handling all the transactions. So while drawing the use case, you need to specify that should mention the primary as well as the secondary actors. While drawing the diagrams, the primary actor should be at the left side and secondary actor should be at the right side of the system boundary. So you should create different diagram using the Star Uml tool. This is the basic diagram, and we just save this project as a railway reservation system. Keep on saving your project and you will get this particular diagram. Okay. So this is regarding your assignment number 2, how to make use case model.